Okay, hi everybody. A few of you asked me to do a few of the harder examples from exercise 5.5. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so hopefully everybody is okay with question 1 and 2. But let's go ahead and do a couple from 3 and 4 here. All right, I'll start off with 3G, and the first thing you want to do is when you're doing when you're doing any questions with brackets and that you need to multiply stuff on the outside of the bracket with the inside of the bracket, I like to draw my lines here so I can keep track of all my multiplication. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do it over here because I have lots of space. So now, let's go ahead and multiply everything. So the x, times everything inside the bracket, I have x times y gives me xy. Then I have x times negative 3z, and that would be negative 3xz. Okay. Then I'm going to move on to the second, the second term here, and that's going to be negative y. Be careful because of the negative sign. Negative y times z. It's going to give me negative y z. And negative y times negative 3x is going to be positive 3 x y. Why positive? Because the negative times the negative makes a positive. Move on to the last term here. Negative z times x is negative x z. And positive 3 y z. Okay, one tip I do want to give you is when you're writing out your variables, do them in alphabetical order because that will help you locate all the like terms. For example, here I have xz's, and I have some more xz's over here. So those are like terms, but if I wrote zx and xz, it's easy to mix them up, okay? So that's kind of how you want to keep track of this. So now what I want to do is, and this might help some of you, let me draw a big rectangle around this whole thing. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, put each one of these terms in its own box. Notice that the signs, the negative and the positive, go with the term that's in front of the sign. So this negative goes with a 3xz over here. Okay, let's go ahead and simplify this now. Okay, I have some xy's over here. Okay, xy's, and I have one of them. And I have some, do I have any xy's anymore? Oh, I do have some xy's over here. So I have one here plus the 3 here. That gives me 4 xy's. And now I'm going to go ahead and cross that box out because that'll help me keep track of what I've done, what I haven't done. Okay, let's do the xz's. So I have negative 3 xz's and negative 1 xz. So I lose 3. I lose one more, so I've lost a total of 4 xz's. Cross them out. And finally, yz's. Yz's, I have a negative 1 yz and a plus 3 yz. So negative 1 plus 3 is going to give me a positive 2 yz. Okay, and that is the final answer. Okay. So again, the key thing is, being really careful when you distribute, watching out for your negative signs especially. And then, this box, this way I put everything in a box here might help you out when you collect like terms. Okay, I'm going to do a part of H because I want to keep this video short. And I think that the trickiest part of H is, where do you start? Well, as always, we want to start with the inside-most bracket. So all this stuff on the outside, you want to rewrite. So right there, this is the first kind of the first operation I want to do. I want to get that x in there, so it'll be 3 2xz and negative 2xy minus xy. That was over here. And then finally over here I have negative, let me do my arrows here, negative xy and then positive 2yz. Okay? And because there's nothing, because, you know, there's a 1 here in front of this bracket, when I distribute that 1 into all of these terms here, when I multiply them all by 1, nothing's really going to change because I'm multiplying by 1, so I can just go ahead and get rid of these brackets. Okay, and now, you know, I've turned this super difficult question into something a little easier to manage. Now is when I would do my, sorry, just getting messy here, I would do my, you know, boxes and find my like terms. Okay, all right, so I think you can all finish that one off for yourself. I'm going to go ahead and do a few from question 4 down here, and I'll start with this one over here. Okay, so again, you know, this is just adding fractions. Okay, and when we add fractions, you know, we have to get a common denominator. So in this case, 8 is going to be, you know, the common denominator. So I'm going to put everything over 8, and, you know, then I'm going to change the numerators if they need to be changed. So because this 8 didn't change, I'm not going to change the numerator. However, and then there's a plus here. Because this 4 got doubled, multiplied by 2, I need to double the whole numerator. So when I double the whole numerator, and here's the tricky part, I need to double everything that's in that numerator. So in order to double everything, I need to put a bracket around it. Okay, and that's, you know, that's pretty much the big trick here, is putting that bracket there. If you don't put the bracket there, you know, you're not going to have the, you're going to miss out a part of the question here. So let's finish this off. So 7x minus 6 plus, and again, do my arrows, 10x plus 6 all over 8. And then again, same thing, collect my like terms. You know, I can kind of see this one already. I got 7x, 10x, that's 17x, minus 6 plus 6 just disappears. And there's your final answer, okay? Let's go ahead and do this one quickly. My common denominator in this case is going to be 12. So I'm going to put everything over 12. And again, how did I change that 4? To get to the 12, I multiply everything by 3. So I need to multiply the entire top. And be careful because there's already, you know, some brackets up there. So there's the original, and I'm going to multiply it by 3 because that's what I multiply the 4 by. And then I'll have a minus sign. And again, I'm going to put a bracket around the 3x plus 7. And I'm going to multiply it by 2 because the 6 times 2 is 12. Okay. Now I'm just going to go and finish this off. It doesn't matter if you do this first or this first. So I'm going to go ahead and do the 9. That might be a little easier. So it's going to be 3 times 3 is 9. 5x minus 1 minus 6x minus 14. Hopefully everybody caught that little bit there. Okay, 45x minus 9. That was that. Minus 6x minus 14. All over 12. 45x minus 6x is 39x. Get rid of those. And minus 9 minus 14 is minus 23. I think it's minus 23, yep, over 12, okay? There it is, okay? Okay, hopefully that helped you out. See you all next time.